Hello my dear students, once again I welcome you all to your history online class. I would like to wish you a very happy new year 2021. Hope this year brings a lot of happiness, joy and a good health. So again in today's online class we'll continue with your previous chapter from your world history with chapter 12, that is talking about the rise of Nazism in Germany from the year of 1933 till 1939. So if you have seen the first part of the video, there we have seen about the subtopics like that, how Hitler was able to retain the leader as a dictator after the death of Hindenburg, and finally how he became the chancellor and later on the president of Germany. So even he had got lots of programs as well as lots of aims and objectives which was been written in his book when he was in jail, known as Mein Kampf, where all the political ideology as well as the philosophy how to make Germany a very self-sufficient nation was written in a just manner. But in today's class we will see the continuation part of the same chapter, that after 1933 what kind of establishment or what kind of introduction policies were being made by Hitler in order to make his nations a very powerful nation, strong nation, at the same time lots of policies which would be very much beneficial to go against all the Allied powers, as Germany had to face defeat in the First World War and they had to sign a treaty known as Treaty of Versailles. So let's start the class. So first topic we will discuss over the Nazi state. So how Germany became a total Nazi state after Hitler formed a new political party known as Nazism in 1933, and after that what were the new types of programs or policies that were being adopted by him. First and foremost we see that how Adolf Hitler introduced on 23rd of March 1933 the enabling law. The enabling law is similar to the fundamental law, which talks that whatever the new kind of system, new kind of laws and orders were about to be made by Hitler, all was legal and there was no one to oppose the new kind of guidelines, new kinds of regulations or laws and orders by any of the common citizens. So that kind of new enabling law or fundamental law was been introduced in Germany in 1933. So soon after that we talk about Hitler, that how Weimar Constitution, which we see in the First World War, also was abandoned, because after the Weimar Republic lots of ups and downs, lots of weak programs that ultimately led to the downfall of Weimar Constitution, and we see the rise of new era of Hitler and his Nazi political party with lots of programs, strategy and the abilities that he wanted to make for his nation Germany. Next we focus on the programs of Adolf Hitler. So after 1933 what were exactly the programs or new kinds of points that were highlighted by him in order to make Germany a very powerful as well as a very strong nation in nature, in terms of all the administration, military field, land revenue or any such kind of laws which would really make Germany a very great nation indeed. First we see that how there was an end of federal state, that means talking about the parliamentary or any such kind of president formed government, all that were to be put to a full stop, that means banning process, because when Hitler stood as a chancellor, later on as a president, he became overall as a leader, a dictator. Germany became an autocratic state or a totalitarian state. So in that view the federal system of Germany became banning, or it became to a full stop. Next we focus that how there was banning on all the political parties. We all know that when Hitler founded a new political party known as Nazism with a swastika indication, after that whatever the political parties that stood in Germany before he came, all that got into a downfall manner, all it started to be a banning process, and that was done by him. And next process we see that what was the program of organizing a new kind of secret policy, and that was known as Gestapo, a secret police formation which would give Hitler all the ideas, all the information that is going on in the country itself. At the same time, the other countries' information, what kind of tactics or what kind of program they were able to make against Germany. So all that kind of information he would get from this secret police known as Gestapo. Next program we focus that how Hitler became a supreme commander of army. Whichever were the military field, either army, soldiers with weapons, dress, uniform, whatever that was been related with the army section, overall he was the supreme leader. He was the overall guider, instructor, where to go for war or what kind of arms and ammunition was to be used against any of the country. Next we focus on the last point that is known as suppression of trade unions. So after Hitler came to Germany, there was only one trade union known as German Labor Front. Apart from that, whatever the trade union that existed for doing any such kind of import export business and etc., all the trade unions got to a full stop. Banning process was done, and even how to suppress on all those kinds of trade unions after this German Labor Front was organized by Adolf Hitler. So these were all the 5 programs, the objectives that he wanted to make Germany a self-sufficient nature, but making his own guideline, making his own theory, at the same time the objective that he wanted to deal for his nation. Next we talk about economic life. So what kind of economic life Germany were going through during 1933? Because after the Treaty of Versailles of 1919, where Germany had to face a defeat and a humiliation treaty was signed by Germany against all the 4 allied powers, so the economic system of Germany became very weak. Lot of unemployment, there was no such kind of factories or industries where citizens would become either labor or worker and work in those kinds of respective construction, factories, industry, etc. So on that basis also we see that how Dr. Sachet has given a lots of good point regarding how to make a good point or strategy related with the economic life of German citizens. So based on that, he mainly focused on the 2 points, that how Hitler would remove all the unemployment. How to remove? By providing them lots of works like PWD, Public Work Department, like construction of roads, small like industries or factories were set up where citizens were given a post as a labor, worker or a supervisor. So in that manner, slowly he wanted to put a full stop on all this problem known as unemployment. How to give a basic job so that at least they could sustain their life by having at least 2 meals in a day, and that was the concept of Hitler. And second point, how to make Germany a self-sufficient nation. So in that manner, self-sufficient nation, agriculture process, lots of loans were given to the farmer, peasants, so that they could bring lots of saplings, seeds, so they could plant, agriculture process, different types of farming could be done in Germany, and slowly Germany also could do import and export business related to this agriculture process. So on that matter also he mainly focused on 2 types of points based on the economic life of Germany. And even we see that the 1933, which we talked that a nutrition states law was passed. Why this nutrition states? Because whatever the agriculture products, wheat, rice, jowar, bajra, any of the food crops, that was to be nutritionized in a very proper way, and a new law was being passed so that even the citizens of Germany could get lots of basic amenities or facilities from the German government. Next we talk about the last points of today's class, that is what were the reasons why Hitler's policies were accepted among different groups. We know as Adolf Hitler as a dictator, as a leader, he fought for Germany against all the Allied powers, and even for him there was a Second World War on 1st of September 1939 after invading a small European nation known as Poland. So in that way we see what were exactly the reasons that all the different groups of people of Germany, they accepted the policies, program that were being made by Hitler. First and foremost, we talk about related with the weak of Weimar Republic. When the Weimar Republic started to be in a very weak in conception, taking lots of positive programs or any such kind of ideas, so slowly it started to be in a downfall manner, and we see a rise of Hitler as a leader, later on as a chancellor, president, and overall the dictator of Germany in nature. Second, we see that how he was successful in solving all the unemployment problems. So this we have already discussed here, because we see there was the main unemployment problem. So how he solved? By giving them small jobs, either related to PWD, public work department, as a construction of roads, if not by talking about the labor or as a worker or as a supervisor wherever there was factories or industries that were set up. So slowly he started putting a full stop on this great issue or a problem that was known as unemployment problem. Third, we talk about he wanted to make Germany a very self-sufficient in agriculture manner. So how to make? By helping all the farmers, by providing them loans, so that new kinds of farming production could be done in a very easy manner, and in that manner also he played a very vital as well as very good role among the citizens of Germany, and how to help them in all their social or economic problem. And the last point we see, that is known as he was able to bring a successful foreign policy, because whatever a new kind of policy was started in Germany after 1933, we see mostly about Adolf Hitler, that how he wanted to make lots of policies put into effect for the German citizens, so that Germany would be a self-sufficient nation, strong in administration wise, powerful in terms of arms, ammunition, so that even they could take revenge against the Allied powers, where they had to face defeat in the after the end of First World War in 1918. So how we see the points that were very much validated, and people of all the groups of Germany, they had to accept the plans, the ideology, the programs or the objective that he made into implementation in Germany after he became president, and what kind of role was exactly taken by him. I hope you have understood the subtopics that we have discussed in today's class regarding the introduction of the enabling law, followed by what were exactly the programs of Adolf Hitler, and the economic life, how he helped the farmers, or even talking about the unemployment problem, solving it in a proper way, and reasons why all the groups of German, they had to accept the policies and the programs that were issued by Adolf Hitler. So this was overall the summary wise or an explanation wise related to your 12th chapter, that is Rise of Nazism in Germany. I hope you have understood. Till then, stay safe. Thank you and God bless you.